Hello, good people of YouTube. Today is Tuesday, June 2nd, 2015, and I'm your host, Wolf Tiger. And yes, it is time. The time for another outstanding episode of
The Things That Make You Go,
the series that takes an editorial and sometimes sarcastic look at the realm of video games and technology. So let's get started, shall we? Well, Steam users have been complaining about many things for a long time, but one of the biggest complaints from the beginning has users been complaining that they haven't been able to return poor purchases or gifts that they really didn't want. Until now. Starting now, Valve has just changed the Steam policies on game and DLC returns. From now on, you can apply for a return for your title within 14 days after purchase. Finally, let me get you more details on this story. From GameSpot.com, Valve has introduced a new refund policy for Steam that allows you to return games and DLC within 2 weeks of purchase, provided you haven't played the content in question for more than 2 hours. With seemingly no fanfare, the new refund policy went into effect today. The latest Steam client update notes its new integration with Steam refunds and the Steam support site, and a new page devoted to refunds has gone live. In short, you can return most anything within 14 days of purchase for a full refund. The key restriction is that you can't have played the game for more than 2 hours. In the case of DLC, you can't have played the base game for more than 2 hours since buying the DLC. You also can't have consumed or transferred the content in question. Refunds, which can be requested through Steam's website, will be issued within 1 week of approval. There's no specific reason you'll need to qualify, whether you don't like the game, or it goes on sale just after buying it, or it simply doesn't run properly on your computer. You'll be able to get a refund. If for whatever reason there's an issue refunding your original payment method, the money will be added to your Steam wallet. Wow, what a huge, amazing change in policy. I can officially say that my mind is blown. Just the thought of being able to return games and DLC on Steam just boggles my mind. Why? Because Valve has never given a hint of making such a move, and returning games has always been one of the big, huge drawbacks of purchasing digitally, and one of the key reasons why some users still continue to buy physical copies and refuse the digital marketplace. That's not to say that digital isn't the future. No, in fact, we all are well aware that digital is becoming the #1 source of games, DLC, and even movies. But there are drawbacks, and this is one of them. Who among us hasn't had a purchase on our digital games, or DLCs for that matter, that we weren't happy with? Previous to this, you just had to take the gamble and actually hope that you liked every purchase that you made on Steam, whether it's a game or a DLC, which unfortunately is a huge risk these days with all the pre-orders, DLCs, and buggy games that come out on launch. So to actually see a return policy that lets you get your money back on digital purchases is a fresh, nice change, and I hope that this trend continues. After all, if this is the way that the future is moving, it would be nice to hear some customer-centric news. It's been disheartening enough, as it is, hearing things like, well, technically, you don't own the games that you buy digitally because you're only renting them from the service. So, let's give it to Valve for actually giving us a chance to try something out a little bit before deciding that we want to keep our money on that product. As always, we'll keep our eyes open and see what happens next. That's all for now. Peace out.